August 1st, 2022 at 5:45 p.m. We're going to call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Presidents are council members Lang, Barker, Hauser, Marmee, and Labuda sitting in for Hottinger. First item on the agenda is a request for appropriation amount of 300. Oh, wait a minute, before I get to that. The unappropriated balance of the general fund stands at $217,388. And the budget stabilization fund stands at $966,348. First item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $300.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're just looking to put this back into the EMS medical supply account.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Lang, second by Barker. Any questions and or comments? Seeing all those pass this on to full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $259,183.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll run through these in order. The first item, $16,683, is the additional cost of the pool liner for the pool. We already have $175,000, but that is the additional cost. The second item on $120,000, that is the estimate from the Shaw Mechanical to do the separation of the heating and air of the basement, first and second floor of the Chase building. It could come in a little less than that, could come in a little bit more than that, but right now that building has all its air and heat together, combined. And we have problems in this building with all the floors being on the same heating and cooling. And I thought with a fresh start, we should probably separate those. And further to that, since we don't own the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth floors, it's kind of like throwing a dartboard. How much did the city use? This will give us an accurate, we'll have our own bill. The next item is traffic controls, supply parts. What we're doing is we've got a project that was put together. Total cost of the project's about $266,000. We received a $200,000 grant. And from Granville Road to 13, we're redoing all of the intersections, which would include the lights and the boxes and the backup batteries. So the backup batteries will give us a longer time on that. And again, we got $200,000 in grant from the state. Our share is $66,500. And the last item for $56,000, that is for the light bars and the radios and all the things that it takes to outfit the 4 cruisers that we previously appropriated money for. That's the breakdown on those funds.
Second.
I have a motion by Lang, second by Barker. Questions and or comments? Yes, Mr. Lang.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Director Rhodes, I'm not sure if you can speak to this, maybe Mayor Hall. I always like to get the running balance for the ARP fund when we're taking funds out of there. I don't know if you can speak to where this would leave us after taking that out, or maybe Ryan or somebody can.
I could throw a dart off, but it can all.
Sure.
Yes, if this were to pass in district council, it'd be right about 2.65 million.
Thank you.
Any other questions and comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing this all on to full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. A motion passes 5-0. Thank you, Director. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $38,300.
Yes. These dollars come from a down payment on the logging project we're going to do out east. We just paid about $190,000 right in there that the city's going to receive from this project. And this is the first $38,300 is what we call their deposit check.
Offer a motion.
Motion by Lang, second by Barker. Any questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing this on to full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. One other item that I just want to see if we have a response to. I was asked by a constituent that there was a distribution of the opioid settlement. I don't know if we've actually received notification of that. In the amount of $15,364. Just at some point, if you could just communicate kind of what the plan is for that. I don't even know if you've been notified, but I was just asked that.
I can speak to that real quick
Okay,
if you want
very
to.
good.
Your number is correct. I mean, it's going to be multiple distributions over quite a long period of time, as lawsuits like that usually are. Jackie was out for about a week, who oversees our accounting system quite a bit. So we held that in suspense there. We'll probably bring it to the next council so that it can at least get appropriated and get in there. We don't have any intent of spending it at this time because there's a lot of reading and a lot of parameters to think about on that.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of that. We're going through that and seeing the right thing and the other thing. So we'll bring it in front of council, but at the end of the day, to appropriate the dollars, at least get them on the books, and that'll probably happen in a couple of weeks here. So
Very good.
and we'll
Thank
keep
you.
you updated. So, okay,
All
thanks.
right, appreciate
Yep,
that.
yep.
Thank you. With that, this finance committee meeting stands adjourned. Next up is service, correct?
Yeah.
I'm calling service committee meeting to order. Those present are myself, Brad, Karis, Parker, Blind, and Mr. Labuda sitting in for Ms. Oninger. Up next will be, or up first rather, would be discussing ordinance 22-21. An ordinance appropriating the real estate known as parcel number 054-22574-4-00.000 and parcel number 054-225-738-00.000. Newark, Licking County, located at 2236 River Road, Newark, Licking County, Ohio, authorizing the Director of Law to proceed with a complaint for appropriation in the Licking County Court of Common Pleas and declaring an emergency.
Sir, I'll
Mr.
speak to
Moorhead.
this. This is one of the parcels that we've been negotiating on for our Thornwood Crossing Bridge project. And a couple weeks ago, for these first three items, same kind of story. A couple of weeks ago, you had a resolution of intent to appropriate these parcels, and now this is the ordinance to actually do the appropriation. So we need to move forward on this, keep the project on schedule, and get the right of way cleared this fall.
So is this an action to be taken since negotiations were not able to come to agreement?
Correct.
Okay.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Parker. Line. Any other questions from the council? Questions from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing this on to full council, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Pass with a vote of 5-0. Ordinance number 22-22, an ordinance appropriating real estate known as parcel number 054-228-294-00.000 and parcel number 054-228-294-00.001 located at 2166 Reddington Road, Newark, Licking County, Ohio, authorizing the director of law to proceed with complaint for appropriation in the Licking County Court of Common Pleas and declaring an emergency.
Ditto, we still are working with this property owner and their representation to try to find a settlement, but we need to move forward and to be able to meet the timeframes that ODOT has established for us, so.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Barker, seconded by Blind. Any questions from the committee? Questions from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing this on to council, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That'll pass with a vote of 5-0. Up next, 22-23, an ordinance appropriating the real estate known as parcel number 054-216618-00.000 located at 2229 River Road, Newark, Licking County, Ohio, authorizing the director of law to proceed with a complaint for appropriation of the Licking County Court of Common Pleas and declaring an emergency.
This is the same case as the last one. We need to move it forward to keep on schedule.
Motion.
Motion by Parker. Seconded by Blind. Just curious. I'm sure the owners of these three properties have known this has been coming for at least the last decade.
At least the last 2 years, I would say. 2 to 3 years.
Okay. All right, any questions from the committee? Questions from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing this out of council, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That'll pass 5-0. Up next, resolution 22-71, a resolution of intent to appropriate the real estate known as parcel number 054-246-708-00.000, Newark, Licking County, for maintaining and improving the West Church Street within the city of Newark, Ohio, authorizing the mayor to give notice to the owner of such lands as required by law and declaring an emergency.
Yes, this one is on a separate project. This is replacement of the West Church Street Bridge over by the YMCA. And there's one parcel there that we've not reached a final settlement with the property owner. Again, in the interest of time and ODOT schedule, this is the resolution of intent. So we'll be back next time with a ordinance to appropriate the property if we have not yet settled at that point.
Motion.
Motion by Parker.
Second.
Questions from the committee? Questions from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing this on council, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion will pass with a vote of 5-0. Up next, resolution number 22-72. A resolution of intent to appropriate the real estate known as parcels number 020-041-304-00.000, Newark, Licking County, for maintaining and improving Thornwood Crossing within the city of Newark, Ohio, authorizing the mayor to give notice to the owner of such lands as required by law and declaring an emergency. It seems like this one is a couple weeks behind.
Yes, it is. This was back on the Thornwood Crossing project, and we still continue working with the property owner, and hopefully we'll find some resolution. But to make sure that we meet the schedules, definitely we need to move forward with the resolution of intent on this.
Motion.
Motion by Barker,
Second.
second by Blind. Questions from the committee? Questions from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing this on to council, signify with a vote by saying. There's no numbers. I don't know how to talk. Say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That will pass with a vote of 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moorhead. I appreciate your time. That concludes the service committee meeting. Up next will be personnel.
Mike.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, I'd like to call this a meeting of the Personnel Committee to order. Those present are myself, Lance, Vetus, Barker, Ryan, and Hauser in for Heidinger. Just one item on the agenda tonight, resolution 20, or ordinance 22-20, ordinance amending the department authorization tables of the city of Newark, Department of Service, and the Auditor's Office by abolishing the position of financial analyst in the Service Department and creating the position of financial analyst in the Office of the Auditor. Mr. Bob.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. This job was created in 2017 and was approved by Newark City Council at that time. Since then, this position has not been filled. Over the past couple of months, we've discussed this. It's been a want and need of our city engineer for a while now. The administration would like this as well. The position duties remain the same. The only change now is to fall under the auditor's office instead of the service department. It's pay range 37. The goal is to get this position filled here in the near future.
Thank you, Mr. Bob. Any questions or comments from the committee?
Make a motion.
I'll second. Motion by Barker, second by Hauser. Is there any discussion from the audience or any other questions? All right, with that, all those in favor of sending this on to full council signify by saying aye.
Aye.